Hello! Welcome to a silly little video of mine. So, I am participating in NaNoWriMo this year and I'm ridiculously excited about it because I had a lot of fun last year. Technically speaking, I won because I've managed to finish the 50,000 words with I think 2 or 3 days to spare, which is way more than I expected on my first Nano, so I was ridiculously proud of myself because I managed to do what I set out to do. But what I decided before I got started last year is that I told myself that I was already a winner purely because I had made the decision to participate and I did my best every day. And that's the same thing that I'm gonna do this year. I'm already a winner because I've already decided to participate. So whether or not I managed to finish 50,000 words, like that's kind of, it's an end goal, but in my mind it's more of a bonus. If I do manage to finish 50,000 words, that's great, that's fantastic. But my main goal is to participate and write. Yeah, and so have fun, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. But the thing about participating in Nano is that it goes better if we have a plan. And I'm not the best person at planning, therefore I have help. The best thing about Nano is of course the fact that you are sitting down to write a story, and whether or not you've been carrying the story for 20 years or 20 minutes, doesn't matter. But having a plan before we sit down on November the 1st to write, it is better to know ahead of time, at least have some feeling for what we are going to be writing. Like a lot of people have said throughout the years, have a plan. I do need to remember to link, or at least write down 2 podcasts that I've been listening to. Pretty certain that both of them were pointed out by Kate Kavanaugh, so credit goes to her. The first one is Writing Excuses by, I don't need to remember the names of the people who have been entertaining me for more than a year. It's Brent Sanderson, Dan Wells, Mary Robina Cowell, and Howard. I can't remember his last name, but it's just Howard. That is a podcast that is so much fun to listen to. Like, they are on their 17th season of writing advice and help and information. Now I do the thing that they don't recommend that I do. I'm binge listening to every single one. Episodes from the beginning. Well, not every single one, no. That's a lie. But most of them. So they recommend that you start from season 10, go onwards, but I'm a binger, so. And the other one, I unfortunately cannot remember the names of the lovely ladies who do that podcast, but it's, I cannot believe that I forgot the name of it. It's Howard Taylor, by the way. Let's see, Christina Horner and Liz Leo, How to Win Nano, a writing podcast. There we go. And the other one, there you go. So these are the 2 podcasts that I do recommend because I listen to them. There are others, but I don't listen to them as much. But yeah, definitely listen to those 2 podcasts. The Writing Excuses is more just writing in general and a lot of information there. How to Win Nano is, they're not affiliated with Nano officially, but they have been participating for like, well over a decade. I think it's like 15, 16, 17 years, which is just admirable. Definitely recommend those 2 podcasts. Let's get to the books that I have within reach. So, Save the Cat, writes a novel by Jessica Brody. I'm pointing this book out because it's not just that a lot of people use it to help them with writing, it's also because one of the best things that I've found about this book, how it's set up, is this part. There are 10 genres that C has set up. It's whodunit, detectives, deception, and the dark side, rites of passage, when life gets in the way, institutionalized, join them, leave them, or take them down, superhero, dude with a problem, full triumphant, body love, out of the bottle, a little bit of magic goes a long way, the golden fleece, monster in the house. So when we are trying to work with an idea of, or brainstorm an idea of what we want to be writing, keeping in mind the different genres really helps. Like, the kind of stories that we read, the kind of stories that we like, is probably the best bet for us finding what we want to write ourselves. Another book that I really want to point out, because I love this book, is by Deanna Wynne Jones, The Tough Guide to Fantasyland. In case you're writing fantasy, then this book, I'm not sure how accessible it is nowadays, because I bought it years and years and years ago. It's not that bad. It's a little loved, but this book pokes fun of all the typical genres of people entering a different world and being heroes, and it's set up like a travel guide, and that's one of the reasons why I love this book. So two things with that. So first off, yes, you can use this book as an inspiration of what not to write, but you can also take the inspiration of writing your own travel guide to whatever country or world or land or galaxy, whatever. Like a travel guide to a faraway galaxy, a travel guide to the dungeon dimensions, a travel guide to hell, travel guide to the heavens, whatever strikes your fancy. That's an idea. So finding ideas is, it's not difficult. Ideas are gazillion, but we need more than one idea to make a story. So it's not just, because obviously it's not just the idea itself that makes a story. We need a world, we need characters, we need a timeline, we need scenes, we need things that happen, we need creatures. There's a lot of things that go into a story, and that's what makes it so much fun to work with. It's making an entire ecosystem, it's making a magic system, it's doing the things that need to be done in order to have a story. And the most fun, the best thing about Nano is that most of the time we aren't writing a finished draft. I'm none. What we're doing is writing a first draft, a zero draft, a dump draft, or like some people call it, a trust draft. It's literally exploring what we feel that story may be. So that's why I like it so much. But I have to admit, I really have a hard time planning things. Like, my brain just wants to go meep, meep, meep all over the place. So what I got myself quite a few months ago is workbooks by A. Trevina, and it's 30 Days of World Building, How to Destroy the World, I got From Sanctities to Sorcery, and How to Create History. Now, I haven't used this book so far, but considering that the idea that I want to be exploring in this Nano, maybe I should do that. The thing that I like about how this workbook is built up is that you get a page of words, information, and ideas, I think, questions mostly. And then you get here a page for you to write your ideas, what you've decided. Like trade routes and travel. It's definitely something that we need to keep in mind if we are wanting to build a world that functions. Festivals and celebrations. How to create history. How myths are made. Ooh, making your history work hard. That's fun. That looks like fun. Centennial Anniversary, we got creating diversity. There's a lot of things for here in here for that's just good for us to think about. Backwards engineering your world. So yeah, a lot of things that we can use. There are so many tools to use to build the building blocks for the stories that we want to make. So I'm really excited about it. But yeah, so what goes into prepping for Nano? We need to plan. We don't need to decide straight away what idea we are going to work as the core idea. Still got until the 1st of November. But one of the most important things to prep and to prepare before Nano is to decide how you are going to accomplish this. Like, what time do you have to write? Most of us have this thing called life. Some of us have absolutely full-time jobs, some of us are in school, some of us have families to take care of, some of us have a fairly easy life of it compared to others don't. So how are we going to be writing 1667 words per day in order to accomplish this? And that's something that we need to prepare and plan in advance, like as probably the most important thing. How are you going to find the time to write? I'm lucky in that, yes, I do work full-time job, but I don't have dependents. I have the luxury of having time. So the only thing I need to work on is keep on track on housework, not fail at work, and then keeping my brain in the story world. So for me, the biggest challenge is writing those 667 words. And what I do additionally is that I give myself the challenge of trying to hit 2000 words per day, because like I managed last year, I still had some days to catch up. Did I write 2000 words per day? No. I did not meet 667 words every single day. If I remember correctly, one day was absolutely horrendous, but I still managed 10 words, and I told myself to be pleased with that, because 10 words is still 10 words. This is such a fun challenge, and this is so much fun. And it's going to be a lot more fun if we prep ahead, if we prepare and plan, specifically with time. I saw in, I got this from the Nano store. What one person said is that she suggested that you bring a notebook and a pen with you wherever you go, and wherever there's a tiniest amount of moment, just the tiniest moment, you're waiting in line, you're waiting for a friend, just these tiny little moments throughout the day, and to write something. And that's like, that kind of makes sense. That should definitely help. So in conclusion, ideas, definitely characters, definitely world, definitely get to know a little bit about what you're going to be doing. Definitely helps. Rule number 1 is have fun. You're already a winner. In order to write 1667 words per day, or just do your best throughout November, decide what time you have to write. Like, I've been thinking about it, because I do have the luxury that I am able to write every day. Some people don't. For some people, they may only have the tiniest amount of time on one day, or even an entire weekend. So from one noob to another, have fun. That's enough rambling from me in this video. Hopefully I managed to help you a little bit. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. So I will hopefully see you again in some other video on my channel, and take care, have fun, bless bless.